Do you see any compromise being reached here, Jennifer, at all?
Well, I think that the bill actually was a compromise. One of the things that we worked on in the interim, those of us working on gun safety, is we sat down with the state police and said, what do you need to do your job? To move people as quickly as possible through the background check system, and to identify people who, by law, are prohibited from having a gun. We've already made that decision in Oregon. And so they said we need resources and we need the time. This bill is called the Charleston Loophole Bill because at the shooting at the AME Church in Charleston, the shooter was allowed to get his gun after 3 days, even though he had a background he needed a longer background check, and would have been a prohibited buyer. And we heard from Reverend Sharon Risser from Charleston, who came and talked about the impact these kinds of laws and these kinds of tragedies have on people. She lost her mother, her cousin, and her childhood friend. These are real people who are being impacted by gun violence, not only high-profile shootings that we read about or see about on the news, but in domestic violence situations, in suicides. And we need to get a handle on the growing crisis of gun violence in this country. And the bill it started out with no limitation. You had to have a background check in order to get a gun, and we compromised down to 10 days. So I do feel like this was a good compromise bill, and that it would prevent tragedy.